The Tale of Freddy, the Determined Frog. In a quiet corner of a dense forest, there was a serene pond shimmering under the sunlight. It was home to a lively community of frogs, dragonflies, and water lily. Among the many frogs lived Freddy, a tiny frog with a heart brimming with curiosity and a dream, far bigger than anyone in the pond could understand. Freddy wasn't like the other frogs. While most were content with their life in the pond, leaping from lily pad to lily pad and catching flies, Freddy's gaze was always directed toward the towering trees surrounding the water. Beyond those trees, he imagined a vast and mysterious world waiting to be explored. "What's out there?" Freddy would ask the older frogs. "Nothing but trouble," croaked Grandpa Frederick. "We have everything we need right here. Why risk your life for something unknown?" Freddy's friends teased him relentlessly. "You're too small to survive out there," said Benny, his best friend. "You'll hop a few steps and come running back." Despite the doubts and mockery, Freddy's dream only grew stronger. He practiced jumping higher and swimming faster every day. One day, he thought, "I'll show them. I'll prove that even a small frog can achieve something great." One bright morning, Freddy woke with a sense of purpose. It was time. He announced his plan to leave the pond and explore the world beyond. "Freddy, don't be foolish," his mother pleaded. "The forest is dangerous. Stay here where it's safe." But Freddy's mind was made up. He hugged his family goodbye, waved to his friends, and with one mighty leap, he set off toward the unknown. As Freddy ventured into the dense forest, the world felt vast and intimidating. Trees stretched endlessly into the sky, their thick canopies casting long shadows. The ground was a maze of twisting roots and fallen leaves. Freddy's tiny legs worked tirelessly as he hopped and climbed, navigating the underbrush. Freddy soon realized the forest was not as peaceful as the pond. He encountered his first challenge when a snake slithered out of the shadows, its tongue flicking menacingly. Freddy froze, his heart pounding. But instead of panicking, he remembered his training. With a swift and calculated leap, he launched himself onto a nearby branch, narrowly escaping the predator. Further along, Freddy faced another trial, crossing a rushing stream. The water roared as it tumbled over rocks, and Freddy hesitated at the edge. "You can do this," he told himself. Carefully, he hopped from stone to stone, his small legs trembling with effort. When he reached the other side, he let out a triumphant croak. For days, Freddy traveled through the forest, each step filled with challenges. He faced harsh winds, cold nights, and unfamiliar sounds that made him shiver. Yet, every hurdle he overcame made him more confident and determined. Finally, after what felt like weeks, Freddy emerged from the dense forest. Before him stretched an endless plain, bathed in golden sunlight. It was unlike anything he had ever seen. The ground was dry and cracked, and tall grasses swayed in the breeze. Freddy's excitement was quickly tempered by the realization that this new terrain presented its own difficulties. The sun beat down mercilessly, and water was nowhere in sight. Freddy hopped cautiously, his small body yearning for the cool comfort of the pond. But the plain wasn't as lifeless as it seemed. As Freddy ventured deeper, he encountered an incredible array of creatures. There were shimmering beetles, birds with vibrant plumage, and rabbits darting playfully through the grass. Freddy marveled at the diversity of life. One day, as Freddy rested in the shade of a boulder, a butterfly with wings like stained glass landed nearby. "You're far from home, little frog," said the butterfly. "Yes," Freddy replied, his voice weary but proud. "I've come from a pond deep in the forest. I wanted to see the world beyond." The butterfly smiled. "The journey is hard, but the rewards are worth it. Keep going, and you'll discover wonders you never imagined." Encouraged by the butterfly's words, Freddy pressed on, his resolve unshaken. As Freddy approached the edge of the plain, he encountered his toughest challenge yet, a dry, rocky canyon. The ground was jagged, and the air was hot and heavy. Freddy's energy waned as he navigated the treacherous terrain. At one point, Freddy slipped and tumbled into a narrow crevice. For a moment, despair gripped him. He was tired, thirsty, and far from home. But then he remembered why he had started this journey. "This is my dream," he whispered to himself. "I won't give up now." With sheer determination, Freddy clawed his way out of the crevice and continued forward. Every hop felt like a monumental effort, but he refused to stop. Finally, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Freddy reached the other side of the canyon. What lay before him took his breath away. The land sloped gently downward to reveal a lush meadow dotted with wildflowers of every color. A sparkling river snaked through the valley, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. Freddy stood in awe, tears welling up in his eyes. He had done it. Against all odds, he had journeyed from his tiny pond to this magnificent place. As Freddy rested by the river, he reflected on everything he had learned. He realized that his journey wasn't just about seeing new places. It was about discovering his own strength and resilience. He had proven to himself and to the world that even the smallest frog could achieve great things through determination and courage. Freddy eventually returned to his pond, where his friends and family greeted him with astonishment and admiration. He told them stories of his adventures, the challenges he faced, and the wonders he had seen. "You were right," Freddy Benny admitted. "You're not just a small frog. You're a hero." From that day on, Freddy became a symbol of hope and determination for all the creatures in the pond. Whenever someone doubted themselves or faced a difficult challenge, they would think of Freddy, the determined frog who dared to chase his dreams. Freddy, however, didn't stop exploring. The world was vast, and there were still so many places to see and adventures to embark on. With every leap and every hop, Freddy carried with him the lessons of his journey, that no dream is too big, no obstacle too great, and no creature too small to make a difference.